clicking a 60 power button. Wow, seems okay.
I didn't started yet.
Yes, I.
Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you are all doing well today. Okay, so this is our a live session, and I'll be responding very quickly to some of your inquiries. Good afternoon. In case you are seeing this video for the first time, okay, so this is one of our first, live session for the month. Hope you all are doing well. If you're just joining this live session, do well to indicate, let us know. Okay, please pass me the second phone so I can monitor the live from here. Okay, so for some of us that are just checking, this is King's Court TV, and one of the reasons why we are going to be having this live session basically is to respond to some inquiries that was raised by some of our real estate investors. Most of those people are very worried, so let's quickly just go up and then let's see. Absolutely. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about what is happening in Epe. I'm going to be responding to some of the questions, and a colleague of mine threw a video on Epe yesterday, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video basically is to respond. In fact, immediately after esteemed Realtor Patrick talked about Epe, in case you are seeing this video, Realtor Patrick, my phone has been buzzing for calls, and a lot of people have been, they had their fears. I understand. So that's one of the reasons why we're having this live session so that we can address some of the major things. Initially, I wanted to do an episode on some of the things Mr. Patrick, raised yesterday, and one of the things I also wanted to do basically was for us to understand um, what is actually going on. But I'm going to be talking about that in a jiffy. So if you are joining this live, just indicate by saying hello. Let us know where you're watching from, and let's know where you are. For some of us that have been, probably seeing this video for the first time, say hello, everybody. All right. So on today's episode, on today's live session, it's not episode. I'm used to saying episode. So on today, I'm going to be addressing something about um, government regulations of land in the bed. You can't play. Take your video from that place. Your phone. So addressing that issue very quickly, I'm going to be responding very quickly to some of the questions and some of the inquiries that we have, and then some notable real estate investors have raised. A colleague of mine actually talked about what was actually happening in Epe. He made a video. So today's session is not basically to debunk what he has said, neither is it for it to affirm some of the things he has said. Uh, you know, one of the things we need to do basically is that in giving an objective analysis of some of the things that are happening, it's quite important that we, do an extensive explanation so that we can um, um, give, a good narrative. Now, I'm aware of what is going on in the bed, and even before it happened, I was fully aware since last year. Like I usually said, like I've said, times without number, that I have reliable sources, and of course, people in high positions who give us important information about property investment in Lagos. So when you see us come online to talk about property matters, probably you might be wondering where we got this from. If you can hear me, let me know. Okay, you can hear me. So one of the things I've talked about extensively about real estate investment is that I've always been keen, on the safety of the real estate investment, And I've also been, talking extensively on some of the safety parameters. So what exactly is going on in Ekpe? I'm going to explain that in a jiffy. If you are joining us, do well. You are free to raise your questions. You can drop your questions. You can, um, even if I don't answer it in this live session, just drop your questions in the comment section. I'm going to respond to it. But if you are live, if you're on this live, just indicate, join us. Let us have this interactive conversation. So, like I was saying, what exactly is going on in Epe, or what are the basic government rates? Can you please just help me reduce the volume a little? I think a little, the middle one, the volume. No, no, not that one. Yes, a little. Yes, a little. All right, I'm good. Okay, good, I'm good. All right, so now what exactly is going on in Epe? What should we expect? What are the basic criteria for real estate investment? Um, is government going to take all over the lands in Ekpe? Should I consider my investment in Ekpe as a way? One of the reasons why I had to do this, like, basically, was that immediately after Dr. Patrick dropped that yesterday's episode, okay, I have received more than 20 phone calls. And that was what actually necessitated this life. I had to just do it so that I can give adequate information of what is going on, and I will give my own recommendations. Now, government has directed all real estate developers, more importantly, is those who are selling untitled properties, to come and address the issue of title. Now, if you have been following the real estate market for some time, you understand that there have been some tremendous projects in terms of infrastructures that government have done, and this development have shifted a lot of attention to Ekpe, and a lot of people have been invested. Of course, I have investment in Ekpe too, not one, not two. So some of my investors to those who are bought from me. So what exactly is happening now? The thing is that government is asking some of the real estate, what am I even saying? Government is asking real estate developers to come and regulate their property. Now, when I was talking about the Ekpe master plan in one of my videos, if you have not seen that, I will advise you go over that, and then you can check. Now, when I was talking about the Ekpe master plan, I raised some important concerns, and I explained that Ekpe properties are grouped into zones. And I further stated that if you're investing in Ekpe, it is very important you. Okay, we can continue. We can continue. Wait, she called me on Facebook. That's it. Okay. All right, well, welcome back. So sorry for the big. It's like one of the things I was actually saying basically was due to the fact that I've been receiving numerous calls concerning this. Now, in my video, I spoke extensively on the different typologies of properties in a pair. I talked about the agric zone, I talked about the forest zone, I talked about the residential zone, I talked about the industrial zone, I talked about the commercial zone, I talked about the health zone. I even went further to talk about the lagoons and water bodies that we have in Epe. And then in the video, I explained basically that if you are buying properties in Epe, it is very important that you pay adequate attention to this zone. And I went further, to explain to real estate investors that one of the basic thing, okay, that needs to be done. Are we like? Is there any problem?
Low battery.
No battery.
Continuous.
Okay, so I also made mention very well that it is very important that we pay adequate attention to this zoning system, so that if we are investing in a pair, we put that into consideration. So on today's episode, it's going to be a short live. By tomorrow, 12 noon, I'm going to be coming online. Okay. If you are, I'm going to be doing two live tomorrow. I'll be doing one by 12 noon on Thursday, and I'll be doing another one by 5 o'clock tomorrow. And of course, you should focus on that. So I'm going to be explaining some of these things, but before I conclude this, basically what you need to understand if you're buying properties in a pair is that you need to pay attention to this zone, understand what these zoning systems stand for, understand the investment implications of buying any into these zones. And I also went further to say that it is very crucial and important for a real estate investor to pay attention to all these zoning system. And one of the things I emphasize basically is that if you're buying real estate in a pair, it is very important you work with either a seasoned real estate professional or a property surveyor who can help you, identify the zoning system. And of course, from the identification, they can, accurately, guide you to what you should do and where you should buy. And in the episode, I went further to talk about the consequences of buying properties that are not residential, that are not commercial. And of course, this purchase is dependent on what you want to do on the property you are buying in a way. So what is happening basically is that government are beginning to regulate some of the activities of real estate development in Ekpe. So should this call for panic? Should real estate investors be scared? These are some of the questions I've received since yesterday. I've been on phone calls from I think 10 o'clock, and I've gone out. I've received several calls from even people that have bought a pair from me and people that are looking forward to buy from me.